Pop that out. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is thick and it's greased. Nigga.
Now, I know what you're thinking. $50.
$50 million? God
damn.
And who you think you kidnapped, Chelsea Clinton?
But, fair enough. It's pretty crazy. That's rather expensive, if you will. Nonetheless, let's see what you get, and I ain't mad. I'm broke now, but not mad. I'm a little mad. Their official website, I see they start as small as 7.75 and go all the way up to 8.5. 7.75, 8.0, 8.25, and 8.5. How to read the truck. It's rather easy, for the sizes are engraved right on the truck. So 8.25 is the standard one you'll recognize correlating to the size of the board, but their specific number they use to indicate that is at 44 on the hanger. But again, just go by if you're the 8.25, the board size. That's the easier one. So the 44 is your recommended or best fit for a deck width of 8.25 up to 8.5. So 8.25 up to 8.5. Beyond or below that, you can do absolutely. You can mix it up that way. But that's on you and your personal preferences. Sometimes you want the trucks a little bit smaller. Sometimes you want a little bit bigger, way bigger, way smaller. All kinds of things, man. Do what you got, man. The thing on John Cena and hammock. We got a whole chart here. So based on the name of the truck, the AF1 Hollows, we will be looking at the bottom, size 44, and you see a list of all the relevant metrics that correspond with it. What's included? We have 2 black drop-in rethreader bits, very much clutch, dropping in any tool and you're cooking. 4 axle nuts, of course, and 2 mag drive bits to adjust the trucks.
That was not part of the plan, goddammit. There we go, that works. Nope, this doesn't work. So the nuts are, I believe they rethread themselves.
Here we have the rethreading axle nuts. That's right. Pure abracadabra, foreskin leviosa wizardry. What the fuck he just say? So the way these work is by rethreading your axle. Rather self-explanatory. Grinding it down. If you never had a die or a rethreader, tap and die, I don't know. On a skate tool, it's the same thing basically though. Or a tap and die set. I don't care. It works by grinding away the existing balled or stripped metal where the grooves have collapsed or fallen, or they're smoothened over, or they're banged down, like the grooves are just damaged in some type of way. It'll regrind it. It'll grind down, rethreading them. Believe it or not, a rethreader rethreads it. Oh, and the tip, you see that red inner polyester, poly something, some type of damn plastic, man. I touched it and it's microplastics every goddamn which direction now in my scrotum. It's typically nylon. I think it's a nylon lock nut. In addition, it also comes with these black ones that do the same, but individually as its own separate thing that just fits right in the skate tool, giving you a rethreader without needing an actual tool, or it's like a tap and die. So you don't need a whole thing. You don't need one individually. You just got that little piece that converts a tool right into witchcraft. You're basically getting a miniature portable die on the go, converting then it could turn it to Elmer Fudd or some shit, converting any skate tool into a rethreader.
It's pretty much the same thing as the axle nut. Yeah, you just pop it in there. I think it's bigger, more sturdy, so you can actually just pop it in there. and it does what it does.
I feel like I've repeated it 19 times now. I got to go. I got to go.
Yeah, both of these just rethread. Okay, every time you just I guess this would rethread, and then you strip it. This one just kind of. I thought it just fell off the end. Goddamn.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
You can also buy any of these separately, and these don't have an up-facing Kingpin bolt or one at all. I don't know. I'm looking down there. That's none of my business. Okay. But they have a self-rethreading Kingpin nut as well for your traditional top trucks. You can buy a rethreader for that part too, right there.
Yes, indeed. Hold on, I'm trying to see through them motherfucker. That shit hollow.
We have Save 4140 steel alloy axles, which are oversized to eliminate bearing wobble. Garth Brooks.
See how this one sits? Versus a slappy, it's a lot more flat.
And of course, we got to mention the inverted Kingpin maximum clearance. 15 millimeters, which is going to help you to not drag and snag and get hung up on your tricks where your Kingpin is necessarily going to make contact or more than likely going to make contact with whatever obstacle you're grinding. But I mean, both of these are low. Maybe slappy grind. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing where you need that shit to be lower. You want some freaky kinky shit. But maybe slappy grinds and stuff like that. But either way, you're getting around good on these for sure. That is a lot of clearance right there. That is, it's scary. Out the bag is obviously going to be far too loose, as they're not broken in, nor really tightened at all. Although, close enough, honestly. Nor are the bushings, again, like, it's just raw, man. They're super responsive, and even through how loose they are, like, you still feel a centralized, structured, like a centered ride in a centered turn, like I was talking about. You don't feel like you lose control as you lean one way or the other. Like, the stability is felt. You feel it turning the whole way through, and it is a very responsive turn. It's rather whippy without too much actual whip, like throwing you off. It's not whiplashy or sharp or sudden. Don't get me wrong, it's quite sharp, so turns well, but there's, again, enough stability in them before and after turning, making you feel centered the whole time. Even as, again, look how loose I have them. I can still feel it through that level of looseness. A shorter top 12mm 94A hardness bushing and bottom 14mm tall 86A hardness bushing must be working wonders, as well as a 96A urethane pivot bushing cup. I wrote this. I'm reading a script right now. I promise I wrote it exactly as I'm reading it right now. I'm actually making zero mistakes right now. That shorter top millimeter 94A hardness bushing and bottom 14mm tall 86A hardness bushing is definitely working wonders. I don't know, it's hidden for whatever reason it's hidden. I can only attribute it to what they're talking about. The bushings more or less didn't feel set, and they didn't blob out or stick to one side or the other getting stuck. Bushings didn't feel too mushy. And to be clear, the moment I did tighten them, go figure, they were spot on, adjusted to my liking, and stayed how I set them. So I would actually say that these felt broken in right away. And if you break your trucks in quickly, this will be no exception. And if you don't tend to, I guarantee you these are going to break in quicker than your average. Yeah, so they pretty much turn whenever you need them to. No issues there, no hesitation. It's not lacking, you won't get caught lacking. And I can go straight, I can keep a straight damn line. That's in part because it's not ovaling out the mounting holes or anything like that, but relatively new and everything too. But yeah, I get to keep going straight and not swerving and curving and all this other noise.
You see the little indentation? I believe those clicks right there every time you hit one of those intervals. If you're gonna try to use a big word, at least know what the big word is. But yeah, I believe that produces a click sound. Channel lock. But yeah, there's how many unknowns? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so a month later, and the best thing about these, a little bit of autism going on for me, but it's still there, which is the click, so you can actually gauge. Okay, you're stupid. Okay, you hear the click? You hear it? There you go. So I can get an accurate, more of an accurate gauge on how tight or loose I have it, or want them. Do like 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5 clicks. I'm echolocate, nigga. It's still ashy though. Look at it. And so far, these washers, the top washer, you got the Kingpin individually, and then you got a washer. It's not all one unit, but you see it eating up on the shaping. You see how it's pushing down, it's compressing. Well, it's not eating up, it's digging into, but not eating up like you seen with the slappies. It's chewing a little, it's gnawing on it a little bit though. But yeah, see, regardless, look at that channel lock. You see the side indentation? Come on now, that's where you get the clicks up. I'm pretty sure. See, it definitely pushed into a little bit like that, but it's not digging all the way into it. Dug in a little bit. I mean, that's a good amount of digging, but you don't see it again eating it up like with the slappies. Pop that out. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is thick and it's greased.
Nigga.
Yeah, see, the bottom bushings are still cool. The bottom washer, yep, see them hoses. Wet. God damn it. There you go. See it just click, 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 click. Ooh. You would think I'd be able to just, with how fucked up my hands are, how strong these bitches are. Not strong as in like physically, but bitches look like they belong on an animal. You have this bottom bushing. Nope, don't do that. You got this bottom washer, bottom bushing. Then you, okay, I'm lost, nigga. I'm lost. Okay, I'm lost, nigga. Then you put the truck on. Make sure everything is wet. It's all wet, of course. Put that back on. Put this on right here. Put the hat on. Bam. Now you drop the Kingpin in that bit. Ace inverted. And go ahead and tighten it.
So in conclusion, most of these immediate marketing claims I feel like are spot on in my experience. I'm definitely impressed with them in so long as Still, time will tell. They last me long. I can easily justify the price tag, especially since you typically find things on sale. In comparison to all those trucks and wheels, they easily give me the most bang for my buck in terms of lasting power. So I don't mind hucking as much money over that way, even if it's like $10 more or so in the streets. Inverted inversions. So in my experience with several inverted kingpins, and thus what seems to be unique to them, is largely just these two things. The loosening or extreme loosening on its own. Something must be slipping or rattle loose or something's going on. Next is the eating of the bushing or the destruction of them. Often the top bushing consumption is just bad. It's like a zombie movie. You was rooting for that motherfucker. You took him away. You took the Asian motherfucker away. Motherfucker, I'm talking about the Walking Dead, goddamn Glenn, the Walking Dead. You took that nigga away. You know what you did, motherfucker. It was so unpopular. You wrote the motherfucker back, and you know what you did. That was a part of the plan, wasn't it? I've skated these 3 months, and I have not experienced the trucks coming loose on me at all. Only some normal, weather memes, having the bushings a little more mushy in the heat. So I tightened it down a little bit, like a half turn or so. But not actually coming super loose and abnormally like I've had with some other inverted kingpins. Indies, 2 pairs, okay. And the slappy ones were doing that. The slappy ultra low. And that's it. And my Thunder inverters did not do that. And I didn't have that. That was the first time I got some inverted kingpins, and they didn't do that. I was impressed. But yeah, my ultra low slappies, they did stop doing it though. Eventually, they stopped doing it. But both pairs of my indies, they kept doing it. They probably still doing it. They be doing it as we speak right now. Them bitches loose as hell right now. They losing it as we speak. The harder, shorter top bushing paired with that softer, taller bottom bushing paired just well with navigation. Specifically, the turn through and through, and has held up as I pound away with impact. I'm on my Lewis and Clark. Nigga, I'm on my Lewis and Clark. Where's my sucker Joel? Where's my sucker Joel? I'm navigating these. There is some obvious wear and tear even on the top bushing, but none that has rendered the performance, from what I can tell, of the trucks. So while there is some munching occurring, it's only temporary. It's only a phase, and in college. But what are you talking about, carpet munching, nigga? I can line myself up, throw down, set up for the trick, and I'm not going one direction or another direction. I'm not going the opposite direction from the way in which I intended. So I can set up for something and keep going straight. No curving, no turning, no any of that. That's a major component.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Get the other side of it. Now flip it over and do the same on the other side. Now the last one.
Yeah, so ultimately I still need to replace the bushings, which I did already. I haven't skated them though, but I bought a harder set because there's still instances where I come down extra hard, extra big back, now with a lot of impact, and I do have to, it's like loose, and it's definitely looser. I have to hit it with like a half turn, or like maybe a half turn or so. I definitely gotta tighten it. I gotta tighten it up, and it's usually good again until I land with some more imps or some funkies going on down there. But I'll definitely circle back with the replacement bushings and see how that goes. Just like with the slappy ones, I still gotta go order some of those though. Get some harder, see if that fixes the issues I have.